For whatever reason, I thought that this was going to be an interesting video idea to do today. I wanted to see how fast of a Giants B12 team we could accomplish with KATERINA as the damage dealer. Now, KATERINA as the damage dealer for the mid-boss and the end boss. KATERINA should be able to take the end boss down with her 3 hits from Sword of Discharge, as long as her runes are efficient enough. We have her on rage. We have all the damage dealers that we're going to use today on rage. So we're also going to use Lucian for the waves because Lucian, this is not going to be, Lucian is Lucian. That's what we're going to use for the waves. This is not going to be a team that we farm with reliably, consistently, because KATERINA's AI is... you know what? The AI for anything in Summoner's War is the AI for anything in Summoner's War, right? So you can't really rely on KATERINA to do... There is an asterisk here, because you can actually manipulate the AI, but we're not going to be able to do it with this team. We're not going to be able to really do it in Giants in general. So people have manipulated the AI. This is what I'm going to show. People have manipulated the AI in R5, the original R5 team with KATERINA and Kebezanuf. If KATERINA takes damage, Kebezanuf will put the invincibility. Will use skill 3. Will put the invincibility on KATERINA, and then KATERINA will do, if she has the invincibility on her, she will do skill 3 all the time, and there's only one thing to hit. That's R5 in Giants. She's gonna randomly sort of discharge whatever it hits is what it hits. Also in Giants, if we're building a speed team to try to see how fast it can be, we don't want the enemies to hit us, so we can't even use that strategy at all in general. So I'm gonna show you guys this. This is gonna be the core team. However, this is not gonna work, and I will explain why. You're like, Bingo, you're supposed to be showing us things that work. It will, but it also won't at the same time. So here's the reason that this won't work. First of all, well, actually, this is going to be... Oh, well, actually, this is apparently not speed-tuned for whatever it should be. It should have been speed-tuned. Because I tested it, and it should have been... Oh, I also did something else. So here's... We'll get to that, though, because I did test it. But the reason is because I changed stuff. We're not going to be using this specific thing in the end. The reason that we can't use just this, though, is, let's take a look at this. We're ready for the skills again, and we do not have this skill available. So the secret number, the magic number, that was the word I was looking for. The magic number here is 3 turn cooldowns on the skill. So we don't have the skills available for Kebezanuf. We don't have the skills available for KATERINA, right? So we can't do that. The secret number is 3 turn skill cooldown if you want to do... if you want something... I was waiting for a pop-up for a microtransaction. If you want something to... be available at the mid-boss and also the end boss. So if we see some of the more popular things for... I have no idea where this is. If we see some of the more popular things for... I am trying to look for it. As I was saying, it's so hard to find anything, though. The things that are commonly used for these super fast, ridiculous 18-second dungeon speedruns, they have 3 turn skill cooldowns on the skill 3, the attack power buff and the crit buff, and then also for something like this, which is another very popular unit for super fast speedruns for dungeons, is a 3 turn cooldown for the defense break and the branch. So we have a 4 turn cooldown on Kebezanuf, we have a 4 turn cooldown on KATERINA, so that's not quite gonna work. So the next thing to think about is like, okay, maybe we use KATERINA for the end boss and we use something else for the mid boss. The thing that we're going to use for the mid boss is, I'm never going to find it, is Covenant. So I'm thinking, okay, we can use Covenant for the mid boss. We also need an attack power buffer for the mid boss. What's a good attack power buffer? There is an attack power buffer that actually works with an attack power buff passive, so you don't have to think about like, oh, is it going to do attack buff, is it not? So the theory behind this was initially like, I can just not use a turn to attack power buff. However, it does still require a turn. The unit still has to, the Light Harg still has to actually get a turn for the attack power buff to activate. This is also speed tuned incorrectly. I love how nothing is speed tuned. I tried to speed tune this, but then I kept changing the runes over and over and over again. I'm like, oh, this didn't work, let's do this. This didn't work, let's do this. So eventually things get messed up. I don't know. So we've got this. We're just going to do one of these. We're just going to do, it really doesn't matter what this uses for here. We're just passively attack power buffing. It's going to team up. It's going to do a little buddy with the unit that has the lowest HP. We just wanted to make sure that the Covenant has the lowest HP. And then we do a one shot over there, which takes care of that. All the damage dealers are on rage, by the way. We got the Lucian for skill for the 3rd wave, and then we have this here. For this one, we're just going to use skill 1, skill 1, skill 1, and then we do one of these, and then we do one of these. So this, I believe, is going to still take... Well, we could get lucky, but it should still take one more. Well, it's RNG, right? It's RNG, so it's going to, I think, roughly 10% of the time. Since we can target the first hit on the boss, the second hit has got a 1 in 3 chance of hitting the boss, and then the third hit has a 1 in 3 chance of hitting the boss. So RNG is RNG. We're not, like I said, we're not going to be running this and farming with this. It should be either really close, because I did actually grind a little bit more, but I think we need a little bit more on it after that. But it did come very close to beating the boss, so I guess we'll continue to test this out, see, because I'm curious how fast this can, like, if I just talk the whole time, it's really not going to do it very fast at all. But yeah, I'm curious to see how fast we can actually beat this dungeon. It's only a 3-minute dungeon run with this one. So let's see. Actually, it's 1 minute. Even with all that talking, it's 1 minute and 32 seconds of just pausing and talking to the camera. So we're going to continue. Ooh, I am going to roll that one. We're going to continue to... Actually, you know what? Let's do right now. Let's do a dungeon run. Snippet, clip of a successful run when everything happens correctly. So as we can see, not breaking any records anytime soon, cracking the top 100 or anything like that. But it's still kind of fun to watch, and I wanted to see how fast we could actually get a team with Katerina. Here's the runes. I'm just going to recap for you guys. We are just on attack or damage attack for everything. Some of the speed tuning is specifically like you need to make sure that it goes at least before the enemies, and then they go in a certain order. So we've got that there. We've got some of the crit rate is not super crazy on these things. Oh, we actually are missing some grinds as well, which, you know, we want to make sure we grind. I was trying to get extra crit damage up. I was trying to get extra damage on water. Crit damage up if the enemy's H condition. Crit damage up if the enemy's HP condition is good, and also if the enemy's HP condition is bad. For example, for the Covenant, enemy's HP condition being good would be the one to go for, because you're not going to be attacking with him when the enemy's HP condition is bad. Not necessarily that you need to do it for this team. I'm just saying in general, Covenant crit damage up if the enemy's HP condition is good is the one that you want to go for. And then we have this over here. We have attack, crit damage, attack over there. They're still missing some grinds. I did have to change some of this stuff around though, specifically because he had different runes on it before. And then I was like, okay, what can we do that, like, we needed a little bit more crit damage or a little bit more speed, or tweak this or tweak that, and then change the runes a bunch of times to make sure that we got. But it basically just attack, crit damage, attack, and trying to get, like, enough speed to just move right before the enemies. Here are the artifacts on there. And then for these, we have... I mean, these are not anything special. These are just whatever. Just trying to get the correct speed. And this, I don't even think is... Yeah, that's not... that's not even done. So we have no grinds. Not no grinds. We have no artifacts at all on this. So just wanted to show you guys. They don't need to be. They're not the damage dealers. They're just there for their skills. They're just there for their support. Just there for the attack power buffs and for fight rune holders. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to see how fast we could make a team of this. And that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you as always in the next one.